All righty, we are live. Cajun Coin Hunter here with you this afternoon, aka Boudreaux. Oh boy, I got my Evan Root hat on again this week. I need to swap them out every now and then, every other week. How y'all doing this evening? Boy, it was storming out all afternoon, man. But I tell you what, nice and cool though. You know that the sun not out like that. All right, let's see. What's of note before we get the ball on the roll? I guess nothing. They party, yeah. Piazza ici and Piazza là-bas. All right, well, we got Mr. Raging Cajun in the house early tonight. What's happening, Mr. Raging Cajun? Cousin?
Not too much. Living life, I guess. Dealing with a few things, but other than that, I mean, it's all good so far.
That'll work. That'll work. No.
Getting ready to take probably next week off to buy her car and get us a place to live and stuff like that. And in the next coming months, look for content to be pouring out. I mean,
that'll work. Oh, if you needing a camera, upgrade some equipment or something or whatever, I'm pretty sure you make your videos on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Or a tablet, whatever. Okay.
On my phone.
Polar Bear Ed, he found this on TikTok Shop. This camera that compares to his like $400 camera. Yeah. And he's the past few videos that he's got out are on on that, made with that camera. And it's a digital camera, it's a good, and then you can put your external mic like a Rode mic or what have you, add a lens or whatever. Man, he said this thing, the way it came, it's clear and sharp when you focus in, zoom in. He said it's clear and sharp far away. Oh man. And it was 40. I think it was $40 or $30 when he bought it, but it's 50 now. But still in all, for a camera of that quality, or I think, comparable, it's a damn good camera.
Yeah.
I got the link to it, so I'll share the link out later on. There's my honey, Miss Missy.
I think the wife's been talking about getting me a GoPro or something like that.
I don't like GoPros. You know why? It just depends on the model of the GoPro, I guess. And even now, I don't know which GoPro they're using, but who was it? I forget who it was that. And it even says in their description, GoPro. I forgot the number on it or the model of the GoPro. It makes everything look arched, round, like right. You're looking from outer space, round like the globe. And Papa Texas, he was using GoPro, and his GoPro, it wasn't that far from him. And his gazebo outside, is where he cooks underneath his the bun, it was rounded like that. I don't like that. And
I guess you can mess with
the Jacqueline. How y'all doing? How's the islands down there? Pudding Tang. How's the Floribama Lion doing?
I guess you can mess with the settings and correct all that. I mean,
no, that's the nature of the beast. It does that. It rounds off like that, and I don't like that. There was somebody in Cocodrie down by Dulat. They were in a little boat, and they were trolling, shrimping, and they had the GoPro on the head, and man, and it looked like that, you know. They look out ahead, you know, say like at another boat that was, you know, like a bigger boat, skimmer boat
Uh-huh.
that was shrimping, and it was all, you could see the curvature of the earth and all. I don't care for that.
Hmm. I mean, I know more than a few YouTubers that use GoPros, and their videos come out fine.
Yeah, it just depends on what model you got.
Hmm.
And that's what I was saying earlier. It just depends on what model. I got some gray hairs I need to trim. There's like three of them, 3 or 4 of them, and those gray hairs are thick, and they all grow in that one direction. They clump together, and it makes a little skunk spot right there.
Hmm. I
I
hate
got a
that.
couple of
It's
days of
right up in
casual
here. Right up in
on it.
here. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I get it too.
little gray hair. There's 3 or 4 of them that grow in together right there. Been like that for a couple of years. And then, you know, naturally, and then right here too, it'll do. Sometimes you could see it in there. One of them gray hairs, they thick too. Man, I popped one out of my eyebrow right there yesterday evening, last night or whatever. Man,
That
I
ain't
was,
fun.
oh man, I think it was thick, you know, real thick,
That
like
ain't
big old dog hair, I call them.
that ain't fun. I know all about that one.
Yeah, when I got a good pair of tweezers that I got from Missy a while back. When I
Uh-huh.
grabbed hold of that thing, boy, and the root didn't come out. I was hoping the root would come out. A lot cooler than the last 2 weeks. Yeah, down in Trinidad. They've been getting some. They got a Invest down there. I think Invest 98 or something. I forgot. You know that one that's they they thinking is going to turn into a storm.
Hmm. No, I just have whenever the wife cuts my hair, I just have her trim my eyebrows up and stuff like that. If I don't pull it first. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Anyway, they got some coming up bad weather down there. It's
Hmm.
out in the Atlantic Basin. Now, I don't know where it's at now. I saw that a few days ago. I forget how many days ago, but yeah, it was, man, nice change. Let's see what the temp is right now. We see the bad thing about checking the temperature. See it's 76 and showing rain. But
Uh-huh.
let me update it. Not 74. The showers in the vicinity. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. All over 50% Wednesday. Dang. We must have something like that lingering out in the Gulf. Well, Missy was supposed to have a dental appointment today,
Uh-oh.
earlier than normal, and about a dentist appointment was at 10. I think they called at 8:30, and they had to cancel the appointment. because the dentist had an emergency arise. So
Oh.
they gave her another appointment.
at least they helped her out a little bit. I mean, at least they fair warned her before she made all the way there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I would have just called, her and Ann, her sister, was gonna bring her. What's up, Briggs? Scott Hitler is still. Yeah, I saw that picture you yesterday. I think I saw that. He was in a truck or something. Anyway, I thought he was in a boat. But this guy, he sent a picture. Look, just like Hitler. Same hairstyle, that mustache, and then I guess the position he was in, like the angle that took somebody. I guess it was Briggs that took the picture, and he looked just like Hitler. So
boom, 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 boom.
he's a new driver. Oh, okay. I didn't. It wasn't. It's not in the email, so I can't show it on. I can't share it. I can only show it on him. Yeah, I will, Missy. Yes, Missy, I will. Why don't you type it out to him, Missy? See if that'll show up. Yeah, that'll show up. Look at there.
Damn.
Same haircut. About the same mustache. His mustache is a lot fuller than Hitler, but yeah, sure enough, it does. He could pass for a brother to Hitler.
Damn.
Maybe the dentist had to go to the dentist. But that's about it. It's cooler. Well, it's cooler because of the storms. But
it's been cool up here in the north.
Yeah, I've been noticing that.
Last night I think I got down to 71.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the
low 70s.
Let's see
right
what
now
the
it's
low.
about,
Yeah, 72, 73s for the lows for the next 5, 6.
I mean, that's nice. That it's been a little bit cooler.
Yeah. There was a few, couple people from up north that they saying it's cooler up there, and I noticed the weather saying it's cooler up there.
Yeah. Well, finally got to order my new scan tool today.
You got what?
Finally got to order my new scan tool today.
Oh, okay. Snowed in Wyoming. Nice. Which one is it?
It's from the launch line.
The what line?
It's from launch.
Say that again.
Launch. LAUNCH.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Mike Badger,
Very
what's up, Mona Me? Damn, he's in North Carolina, I think, or South Carolina. Or, wait a minute. He's right on the border of Tennessee and probably the North Carolina or South Carolina. And it was 100 there, up in the woods. Damn, 89 in New York. And it's 74 here. That's opposite.
Well, I ain't down there today. Ain't down there today.
Both of my other nieces are pregnant now. Yeah, boy, I tell you what, you got a growing family. That's just like Todd Ortego, one of me and Johnny's buddies. He's the main host on Thursday night Swamp and Roll show on K-Bone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a grandfather. He's got, I forget how many grandkids, but he's fixing to have a couple more. He's got a couple of more daughters that are pregnant. And they didn't, one of them didn't have two sets of twins. Or a couple of one daughter had a set, the other daughter had a set. Because, you know, he had twin daughters. And I think each one of them's peeled off twins themselves.
Holy moly.
North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama line. Yeah, okay. Yep.
At 1 3/4 miles, keep right.
It's a big family.
Yeah, I forget how many grandkids he's got so far. It's in the teens. It's in the teens. And they all, you know, the older ones, older grandkids, all very respectable. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. I mean, very respectable.
That's the way to be, right?
Kid, how are you doing? We already got a girl softball team. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, Todd, he's got a couple of baseball teams. He can have a scrimmage game with what he's got.
I'd say so.
And then, like when they come down for Christmas, you know, after Christmas morning, all the presents are open and all that. I mean, yeah, you know, that's kids' time. Christmas morning, that's kids' time. You know.
Yeah.
But by 12 o'clock, the kids, they know, you know, all the papers got to be picked up, you know, either folded if they don't rip it up or whatever, fold it to reuse it or whatever, you know. I mean, and it was the oldest's grandkids' idea to save the paper for the next year so they could save a few pennies, you know. And yeah, you know, that's a good thing right there.
Yeah.
My two oldest grandkids just joined the Air Force. Oh, there you go. Stepdaughter passed away. You know, had a major heart attack. Wow. Sorry to hear about that, Mike. Quick Wrench. What's happening, Mona Me?
Hey, Quick Wrench.
Where you at, Quick Wrench? Elvis, what's up? Still working. Just had to explain to a guy his truck's not worth fixing anymore. Oh boy. Scott Keller, Briggs, you got a tracking number for Missy on that condenser coil?
In 3/4 of a mile, keep right.
Still hasn't made it to you?
No, he said he ordered it, but I don't know when it went out, if it went out yet. Missy's been sitting on the doorstep 7 o'clock every morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then come in at 3 o'clock. And she don't want to miss that UPS man or a FedEx man.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff coming in. I mean, it's the parts I had to, the parts I'm having to order, the few tools I need. I'm still waiting on Mr. Quick Wrench to send me that thing he said he was going to send me. I mean, if you don't want to send it, you don't have to send it, but just let me know something.
Keep right.
Either way it goes, I'm going to have to buy it.
2002 Chevy frame rotted behind cab and completely has come apart. Broken. Wow.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I got that water pump in. I've been having a pump in.
Then turn left.
2002. It's only 22 years old. Right behind. That's the way usually they a truck. For some reason, I don't know why, they usually go bad right behind the cab. Because you see
Yep.
pickup trucks that people buy from up north,
Turn
and they're
right,
going
then
down the
turn
road and
left.
they sagging. You know, they sagging down like that.
Yeah,
And
I'm having to do a frame swap myself because of the. Well, for now, I'm going to have somebody weld the frame, put a new piece in, and just weld it together.
yes, yeah, Mac, yeah. Get you a 4-foot piece of metal, steel, and weld it. And hell, hey, once you do that, you good to go unless the other part's real bad. That'll
Yeah,
give you a few more years.
but I'm still gonna locate a frame. I'm gonna buy it, bring it to the house, and start reconditioning and stuff like that. And get all the rust off of it, repaint it and stuff like that. Put rust preventer on it. Get it ready for a frame swap.
You get you a truck frame out of Texas or Nevada, Arizona. Boy, that would be looking brand new there. Then what you could do, you can get that frame. You could have it blasted. I'm talking about bare frame. You can leave brake lines on or whatever, tape them up.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's got a sandblaster.
Sandblast it and Demet coat it. You know what Demet coat is, don't you? You from Louisiana? You familiar with that?
Nope, I ain't familiar with that.
Oh, okay. Demet coat is like they use a lot of that stuff offshore,
Hmm.
and it's like a primer, but it's expensive, And all you got to do is Demet coat it. That's all you need to do. It's got that primer color to it, and you don't need to do nothing else. And the salt air, salt water, nothing cuts through that Demet coat.
Hmm.
It's
Well,
done.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get it down. I'm gonna get all the rust and stuff off of it. If there's any rust left over, I'm gonna put rust killer on it to get all the leftover off, and then I'm gonna etch primer it, and
That's why I say
then
just sandblasted Demet coat it.
And then I'm going to put a Rust-Oleum rust preventer over the top of that. Either that or bed liner. I'm going to make sure that that frame doesn't rust.
Right.
And if it does, it's little to nothing.
Turn right.
You got a trailer behind you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The way you're moving through town like that, anyway, the way you're moving through town doesn't seem like you got a trailer. Look like you bobcat.
No, we were bobtail for a while today. Dropped the load off in Columbus. Couldn't find an empty. We ran around a couple hours looking for an empty trailer.
Scott said bed liner holds moisture or rust. No, not what he's talking about. He's talking about rhino lining. Spray on bed liner.
You just spray on a roll on or brush on.
Well, the rhino lining is spray on. It's two blended into one, and it cures. You got to sand it just like a paint job or whatever.
Turn right.
Woody's Body Shop in Grostet was the only rhino dealer in Louisiana. They were thinking about giving a body shop in Shreveport one because Louisiana's so tall, there was only one per state, but Texas had 4 rhino dealers. They were thinking about Louisiana, one in Shreveport, and then that one there was near Baton Rouge in Grostet, Woody's Body Shop. And then Rhino caught him buying the chemicals from somebody else cheaper instead of them. Yeah. I mean, he was still ordering from Rhino, but he was getting 1 or 2 of the chemicals from somebody else, and they dropped him. And this is when Rhino was pushing this stuff hard. You could shoot a bullet through it. Like say if you accidentally fired a rifle, and it went through the bed of your truck, the hole would close automatic on that rhino liner. It would close automatic.
All right. I'm going to leave you in the truck. I got to go into the customer and check in and figure out what door they want me in. So I will be right back.
No, all right. Not a problem. Elvis said, I gave it to Field Guy. He spent it. I could show you a rusted frame with rhino liner. It just takes a pinhole. Chassis paint and fluid film is the best. Well, chassis paint is, rhino liner's way better than paint because it seals on to the metal. And if it does rust, it's only going to rust just in that one little spot. You can just fluid film that if you catch it, Yeah, quick rinse. That's the only thing bad about y'all being up north in the Rust Belt like that. And the motors are outlast a frame. You can't get inside of a frame with rhino liner. If you got a frame, just a frame and 4 tires, or the frame's on blocks, you got a bare frame, you sandblast it, you can rhino line it. And spreads under all coatings. That's probably somebody that didn't take the time doing that. Well, actually, a body shop has to do rhino. You can't buy. Now you can buy kits that, they just like rhino lining. Okay, it's a bed liner. You can buy your kits. But people, when they put their own, they don't sand that stuff good like a body shop does, because that body shop's got to warranty that for so many years. But actually, I'm talking about Rhino in a bed and inside of a Jeep. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not actually talking about Rhino lining the frame itself. I was talking about the met coating of frame earlier. And here we go. We got Mr. Lord Emperor Fieldy in the house. What's happening, mon ami?
Same old. Go Tigers. Who that? F the Falcons. Nah. I just woke up from a nap. So
Okay.
yeah, I got home pretty early. I was supposed to be off today, but I got called in. So I wasn't feeling good. I still got a little bit of a stomach bug. I wasn't feeling good last night. Still got a little bit of it. But, you know, I got to represent. Miss Missy, how you doing? No, it's F the Falcons, Elvis. You ought to know that shit by now. Come on now. I can't say the whole thing. Well, I guess I could, but I don't, you know. So.
Elvis, you need to get off of that Falcon and Alabama trip you on. I'm serious.
Oh, he does that shit. He does it on purpose. You know that, right? He's trying to get king. That's all.
Yeah, he needs to get off of that trip.
Well,
it's like that LSD. All them drugs he took.
Fried his
brain.
I ain't got no royalty check from Elvis. It got lost in the mail. I don't get royalty checks.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of royalty Scott would be expecting from Elvis. Scott don't advertise for Elvis.
I don't know. Wait. Shit. The dot's always in the damn way. But wait, let's test this theory. Dot. Okay. And then triple dot. I don't know. I'm actually talking to one of the Saints reporters, and I'm gonna have him on my stream very soon. Not tonight. I don't know when I can fit him in because he does his podcast generally on Thursdays. So
you going live tonight?
Probably right after you. I don't know how long because my stomach's bothering the shit out of me. I might do an hour. But I was gonna go live last night, but what happened was I was in somebody else's stream on Twitch, and then I was talking to the Saints reporter for about an hour and a half on Twitch.
Damn.
Just chatting him. Well, he was live, so I was in his chat supporting him and shit, and you know, so one of these days he's gonna come on my stream, and we're just gonna do a Saints chat. Elvis will love that shit because
I wouldn't mind being up in that panel with you for that one.
Yeah. No, I already told. Yeah, you'll be on that panel. It'll just be you, me, and him though.
All right, everybody. Got one of me and Phil guys' buddies over here from East Baton Rouge Parish. Mr. Southern Coin Hunter Van the Man. What's going on?
Well, actually, I'm visiting. I'm getting ready to leave my sister's house. My nephew, his wife, and their little girl flew in from South Carolina. Correction, North Carolina. He's on leave from.
You're fixing to go to North Carolina?
No. They flew in from North Carolina, from Camp Lejeune. He's in the Navy. Yeah, he's in the Navy. He's a Navy medic. So he's working with the guys with PTSD over there. So they flew in to come visit everybody, so we can see little Valerie. You know, back last year in October, I lost my sister, and this is her youngest son who got married. They got one little girl. So they down here in Dutchtown. I just got finished eating some brisket and some baked beans.
Oh yeah, they got a little barbecue. Used to have a barbecue shack down there in Dutchtown. That's right south of Baton Rouge on the airline.
Yeah,
and,
so
they had a little store there. I was using the payphone to pay the guy, the home builder. I needed a wall package. ceiling joist and rafter package for a house I was framing for him. And the number was the prefix was 000, or the last four numbers was 000. And the guy thought it was a prank, you know. And I never did get my rafter wood that day. In fact, he came back the next morning on the job. He was like, when'd you finish the walls? I'm like, well, yesterday at about 1 o'clock, at about 11:30, you know, right before lunch. And I called you before lunch wanting my joist and rafter package. You know, it was already made up. All I had to do was deliver it. It was on the truck. So he said, was that 000, whatever number? I'm like, yep, that was it.
Well, last night I finished up a box of pennies, 17 wheat cents. I pulled out of that box. That's the most I've ever found so far in a box.
17 wheat pennies?
Yep, and I found one that was on an RPM on a 1958D. So right now I'm up to almost 150 wheat cents roll hunting this year. I found. Now I've had one box that got 0. I have a few boxes I've only got 1 wheat cent. Now a friend of ours, she's down here. Her boyfriend bought for me unsearched roll of wheat cents. Of course, he got the mercury dime on the end. So I think when I get home, I'm probably gonna get off. I'm gonna get off and may just go live and hunt that tonight. Just do a live hunt and see what I get on those wheat cents.
Elvis, it depends on what year it is and the condition of it. Your 50s, yep. Your 1950s, like 51, 52, 3, 4, all the way up to 58. You don't really have any key dates in the 50s except for the 55 double die. That's the only one. And if you find that one, you got some lunch money. But if you find one in a roll of pennies, or in change, now Phil guy, he gets lucky for some reason. Man, he finds a lot of reds, you know, a lot of reds. He finds some in the 1940s that are red. I'm like, damn.
Haven't found too many lately, but yeah. I did.
When I was a kid in 1969, 1970, searching rolls of pennies, I wasn't finding any reds, Wheaties that were red like Fuel Guy finds. And this was back in 55 years ago, you know, that I was looking for, you know, looking through rolls. And I didn't find none that were red.
I can tell you, I think it's because of mainly Brinks truck. Or maybe it was collection dumps or something. I don't know. It was
could be. Yeah, maybe collection dumps or
yeah.
But I mean, you've been finding a lot, and that's through your register. You know, in your register, you're finding that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't on the register today because I told him I ain't going on the register today.
Yeah.
Well, also I got out of that box with 2 Canadian coins. I pulled the most 50 2017 T's. The 2017 there's a lot of doubling in the word liberty. So I got a bunch of those I still need to search through for the doubling. And probably half of those I'm probably going to throw back. If they're minor, just going to throw them back, you know, into circulation.
Yeah, I don't keep no 50s. I've got rolls of them, okay? I've got rolls and rolls and rolls of wheat pennies. So if I find any 50s, I just throw them back in circulation and let somebody else find them, you know?
Well, when I get the wheat cents from the coin store, the one I go to most, they usually have the nice bright red shiny ones. I've got them all the way back in. I think I got a 37 from them that's decent red. It's more of a red brown, but it's nice. You know, it probably an XF 45 or something like that. Is what it would grade out to be. But what I most was happy to get back was that Cheerios penny that I got. And I think we talked about that
Yeah,
last time.
where did you get that Cheerios penny?
Oh, for whatnot for $6.
$6.
Yep. I
Really?
couldn't sleep. I could not
You mean-
sleep.
You mean a auction that somebody was selling on whatnot?
Yep.
Who was it?
I don't remember, but right now I'm trying to work a deal out with a guy over in Florida. He has 10. He wants $20 a piece. But my offer to him is, look, sell them to me for $5 a piece. I'll get them graded. But get one back for 47, which is one like I got. I'll send it to him to help make up the cost for those Cheerio pennies. I ain't about to pay $20 for a $5, $20 for a penny and strike out with an MS-66. Because that goes from
wait a minute now. Are they still in the little packet that came in the Cheerio box?
That's the only way you can get them graded as a Cheerios penny.
Yeah,
They gotta be
they
in
gotta
that
be in the packet. Yeah, in that little package. And there was some people a while back. I want to say about 10 years ago that tried to imitate a packet. Try to make their own with like a little sealer mealer type deal.
Yep.
And they got caught.
That's all I need.
From the get-go, they were, the people that bought them knew that they were a fake package. And NGC and PCGS knows how those packets are made. So how many can you get? 20?
No, he's got 10 of them, but he wants $20 a piece. I'm not going to pay that and strike out with the MS-66 or a 65. Because the 66 is a $100 coin. So by the time you get it graded, pay for shipping and handling, and the cost of the coin, you might make $50 if you're lucky.
Unless you know somebody like me that has an account with PCGS, okay, and can send it in, and you don't have to pay $60. All you got to do is pay like $30, to get it graded.
I go to my local coin store because she used to be a grader for NGC.
Okay.
So
she sends it in for you.
Yeah, I sat there. I got that coin back in October, and I studied it for like 6 months.
Right.
I saw a few little ram dings on it, so I knew I was going to get this. I knew it wasn't going to get to 68. The most I figured was going to be a 66. What I thought. But when I went in, they said, "Your coin's here." I said, "Okay." They showed it to me. I said, "Oh, a 67, great." So I immediately looked it up. I saw $450 suggested retail price. Now, the last one that sold a great collection sold for $350. That was back in 21. It just had one that went up for sale, but I haven't checked to see if it sold yet or not. So I want to check on that tonight when I get home, see if it sold or not. I'm just curious to see what it went for. Same thing, 67 red.
That's a nice coin.
Yeah, because just 68, it goes from $450 to $405,000. And there ain't nothing greater higher than a 68 between PCGS or NGC. And the highest that Annex has graded is a 67.
Mountain of Coin Accord. How you doing, Dean? You know Dean Southern?
No, might. If he's
Mountain of Coin Accord.
I might have seen him before in some other feeds or whatever. I don't know if he's come in my channel or not, but
no idea. He's one of the OGs in the coin community. He's been around. He changed his name Oh, I want to say this was back about 6 years ago or so. He changed his name. They had a guy that used to hang around with a Silver Seeker.
Yeah.
He was good friends with Silver Seeker, and his name was Dano. Wait, Dano. I forgot. Anyway, he had a huge silver stash. You know, bullion, coins, and gold, and somebody found out his address and broke into his house while he was at work over there. And he came home, and his safe was gone and empty. Yeah. And that's what with Dean right there, Mountain of Kona Card. That's what made him change his YouTube name.
Okay. Well, like
I
I
mean,
said,
thousands and thousands of dollars stole from it.
okay, let me
Mano, wait, Dano. Oh, shit, I hadn't seen him in forever.
Yeah, right now I'm heading towards the Airline Highway on 73. So get on home. I got some mail in the mailbox I need to pull out. I came across a couple, the first show and whatnot, and that package I'm getting from them to come in on Monday. Listen to this: a roll of wheat cents with the original McDonald's building. Remember the old golden arches that went through the building?
Oh, whoa! Repeat that. That kind of that kind of slid by my ears there. McDonald's what?
Remember the original golden arches building that had the arches that went through the building?
Oh yeah, you're talking about a McDonald's building. Yeah. That was crap. That was in the 60s.
Well, this is the original McDonald's roll of wheat cents. It's got the McDonald's logo in the building on the side. Those things sell for $40, $50 a roll. I snagged it for $8.
A roll of pennies?
Yes, in the original McDonald's logo penny wrapper.
Oh, okay. They don't have the insignia on the penny. It's just on the wrapper.
It's on the wrapper. But it's the original McDonald's building on there from the 60s.
I don't remember that McDonald's having their insignia or whatever logo on the rolls of pennies, because
they did.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, if you Oprah, Illinois, which is a home corporation for McDonald's corporate office, they have a museum, and they have all that. They used to make their own wrappers for coins for the franchisees and their corporate stores to use to return money back to the bank in. If they had a roll of coins, that's what they brought back to the bank.
Oh, okay. So it's not all brand new pennies. It's kind of like a mixed customer wrap type deal.
Yes, it's supposed to be. They said this is the guy. He used to work for McDonald's back then. He was clearing out some of those rolls. He said, "This I actually grabbed when I was a manager working at McDonald's from the '60s." He didn't say what year in the '60s. So that's coming in, I think, Monday or Tuesday, along with a couple of nice Indian head sets from the 1800s, the late 1800s, full Liberty, full diamonds, and full feathers.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think I am paying, I think I spent a total of $40 with them, but the shipping total is like $12. So you take that, I think it's total of one roll, that's 50 cents. And then you take out the Indian heads, the Indian head cents, there's 5 of them. So that's what, 56 coins divided by 12? That's not bad.
Yeah.
If
Two
you think
apiece.
about
Yeah.
yeah. So that's not a bad deal I got right there. I'm cutting back on Whatnot, buying stuff on there because we have to get a brake job done this car tomorrow, and it's going to be expensive.
Oh, okay.
So I got money.
Blue Ridge Silverhound, he's on Whatnot. He's on that platform to auction stuff off on.
Yeah.
I remember I was in the buying mood. Okay, this is a while back. This is when he first got on Whatnot, and I seen he had auction, Blue Ridge Silverhound auction, on YouTube. So I went over there, and he's showing this and that. I'm bidding on this, and man, I don't hear my name. Well, Boo with Cajun with $2 bid, or $3 bid. I don't hear none of that. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm like, hey, why, what's going on? Nobody's seeing my bids. And then somebody that was on the YouTube side said, hey, he's not doing this he can't see you on the YouTube side. You got to be on the Whatnot app.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
It's
I'm like,
simulcasting.
That blew it for me right there. I was in the bidding mood, and then boom, I gotta sign up for Whatnot. I gotta register and all this and everything. And I'm like, you know what? And I said, to hell with it, And I haven't been on his channel since, for auction.
I get on there on Tuesday nights because I'm at home. Because on Friday nights I'm delivering pizzas. So I get on his YouTube channel, and he made me a mod. And I had somebody coming in trying to sell coins.
Now, on whose channel?
Blue Ridge's channel on his YouTube channel.
Okay.
He was simulcasting. I said, and so I popped over, and I was on the phone on the app. Said, Blue, somebody's they're putting you down, and because you're not taking their bids on YouTube. So Paula jumped in. He made me a mod, and we kicked out 3 people off the channel completely off. He went back and banned them completely off of his YouTube channel. Come to find out, these guys they've done it on some other people. Justin Couch had the same situation a couple of weeks ago. The same guy trying to do the exact same thing on his YouTube channel while he was simulcasting, trying to sell coins to people.
Well, you see, now I didn't put all that in the chat, in the comments about, to hell with it, I just said that to myself, But this was a while. That's when Blue Ridge started doing that on Whatnot. And I never heard of Whatnot, And it was explained, you got to do this, you got to do that. Now you got to register and all this and that. And I'm like, I ain't going through all that trouble just to buy a couple of coins.
Well,
I'll go somewhere else.
When you register on Whatnot, I haven't been in it. I don't go on auction streams, but they give you $15 free when you register as like a gift.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, so if you make an account and you get something for over $15, let's say like $17, you just pay the difference. Because I got a 15. Remember when I was telling you about the guy, the $2 documentary, and he was trying to sell me the $2 red dollar bills for really, really cheap? Somebody else outbid me on those. But people put up stuff, but I don't go on a lot of coin channels on YouTube anymore because all they freaking do is sell shit. That's all they do is auctions. That's it. I'm like, no, that just turns me off right there. I'm just like, fuck it, no, boom. I don't go on coin channels just to, you need to bid on this. I'm like, no.
Hey, Phil guy, do you remember Silver Seeker from like about 5 or 6 years ago? His buddy Dano.
Sounds familiar.
And then his house they got broken into. He used to be on there, and because we're good friends with Silver Seeker, and like I said, he was always bragging on how much silver and gold he had, and somebody broke into his house and stole it.
Yeah. Oh, they will. They can track you on that.
But do you remember that guy's name?
Not offhand, no, but I know the situation.
Because he used to have the Silver Seeker had named some. He doing some bars, pouring bars or whatever with the pour lines and all that. The ripples in there.
Yeah.
And because he was melting silver and pouring it in the bars, and then Silver Seeker would sell and sell it and all that.
Wasn't Blue Ridge, was it?
No, it was a younger guy.
Oh. I don't know. Back then, all those people disappeared.
No, he lived in California, I think. Dean, I think. What'd you say, Missy? What'd you say, Missy?
He said, "What the hell are you doing?" No.
Mono.
Oh, that's a while back.
Yeah.
I've been listening. I was just putting in my fetch receipts. I found a whole
I
shitload
could
of them
probably
today.
I could probably look up Silver Seeker on his channel and go way back in his live stream and find out.
Probably. That's generally what I try to do if I can't remember.
I'm close. I'm in the zone with Dano, Mano, whatever. I'm close.
You'll
In fact,
think of it.
Dean, why don't you do that if you don't mind, if you can? I bet you David Carlisle will remember. David's good at that stuff. He
Dave's not
remembers
here,
that.
man.
I know Dave's not here, man.
David Carlisle, where are you? We need you.
Where you at, Dave Carlisle?
Don't make me say go them Tigers. It's go LSU Tigers.
Okay, let me show you something Missy made a while ago. She made a burrito. Man, this is hers though.
Damn.
Look, this is only half of it, okay? Look how big it is.
That is a big one.
And eggs, ham, sausage, Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, that type of sausage.
Whew, that's some good sausage.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bunch of those in the. I bought a bunch of those yesterday. Breakfast bowls and sausage.
Ham, eggs, cheese, and and then seasonings, but like onion tops maybe.
Ooh, I got enough. I put my Burger King perks in here. I got enough points to get Whopper. Yeah. Found a few of those receipts today because I went to Burger King. That's awesome.
I did a restart on my computer before I got up, so I can.
I don't ever turn the computer off. I leave that sucker on.
Yeah, me too. That's why I did a restart before I came on. Did a restart about 6:20 or so, and it got a few files all in order and all that stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
Silver Seeker live, go from oldest to newest. Cause man, Silver's been on a long time.
Yeah.
There's one guy I still follow. I think Silver Dragon lives on the West Coast, up out in Oregon.
Silver Dragons, yeah. Now
Because Silver Seeker's East Coast.
Silver Seeker's not East Coast. He's Midwest.
I don't keep track of all of it.
Well, Silver Dragon, I kept watching his videos. He started going to his coins. When he goes to a coin shop, talks to the guy and all that. Well, they started selling whatnot. This is last summer.
You talking about the guy in Florida?
No, this is West
The
Coast.
coin dealer in Florida? Oh,
No. This is West Coast, up in Oregon. And they was
Oh,
auctioning
okay.
off a peace dollar. Well, I saw some damage on the front. And I figured, okay, I'll buy it. They never showed the reverse. The reverse was horrible. So I complained to them, and I said, hey, they'll send me a highly damaged coin more than what it was on the obverse. Y'all never showed the reverse. I said, I'm not happy with this. I'm going to keep it. Just want to let y'all know. I said, I'm going to leave her, and I left a review. They banned me. When I found out from Whatnot, once you ban somebody, you cannot unban them.
wow.
Yep.
So
They do it.
So there's another guy. It's every time he gets on every other week. He does hand pour silvers, and he does some nice work. But every time he comes out, I don't have the money to buy from him. Well, I get this check from State Farm in. Now, I mean, this is the week he's going to be on. I can't buy anything because now I got to get a brake job done. Through the front brakes.
What's his
But
yourself?
I can't do it. I got muscular dystrophy. I can't get on the ground.
Oh,
I can't do any. Yeah, I don't have
a brake job is not that expensive at a mechanic shop.
no. Well, it depends on what shop you take it to.
the only way I could. Well, I'm going by one tomorrow. One by one I normally go to. If I would have dropped it off Tuesday when I went over there, or when I get my car back the next week, that's how fucked up the yard. I only got one brake technician. And the other place I can go to, and they open on Saturdays, they're kind of expensive. They used to have 3 shops in Down Ridge and down to 1 shop.
Hmm.
They consolidated their shops down. And they're the only 2 that I trust. I ain't about to go to a dealer where it's going to cost you an arm and a leg and maybe something else.
Mm-hmm. You also got to remember this week is Labor Day weekend, so a lot of places are going to be shutting down early.
Oh yeah, that's
Not
true.
mine. Not my place. Unfortunately.
Well, I'm hopefully they can knock it. The last time they done a great job for me there is Ross Tire and Car Care. They did one for me. They was able to knock it out in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But it just depends what they find. If it's 3 hours, great. Well, normally take it to it's $450 an axle, which is not bad. Now, if I could do it, I would do it myself. I've done it before. I just got I need to be able to jack the car off the ground. I don't have that at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I can't. And once they get on the ground, I need help to get up.
Yeah, definitely don't want that. Definitely don't want you to get yourself in a position where you can't get out of. So.
Well, I did that a couple weeks ago. I was cutting some fallen trees down in my backyard. I lost my balance. I had to call 911 for help. And 2 firefighters came. They got me up on my feet. I just brought myself at work at Domino's. He had to open that morning. The Sunday morning, nice and cool. I figured, well, it's cool. Let's go back there and cut down some of these small 1-inch thick trees that have been growing. And I lost my balance and I fell down. But now, normally what I would do when I do stuff like that, I bring a chair into the backyard so I can at least sit down and cut and stand back up and move around. I didn't do it this time because I got some good and wrought iron chairs I could bring out there and do that with. I'm about 4 miles from my house. Oh, Yeah, this a friend of ours that gave me this roll. She used to date this guy back in high school. And she's got back together with him because his wife passed away about 15 years ago. And he got back together, and he bought me this roll of coins. It says unsearched, and I saw the Mercury dime. I said, "Yep, this is an eBay roll." I didn't tell her that. I know where it came from. That's what you see on eBay. You see somebody, they put a Mercury dime to entice somebody to buy the roll for $12, $15. Usually it's mostly 40s and 50s. It might occasionally get an Indian hit set. Then it's a G4 at best. But the good thing is, I got 9% silver dime sitting on the end of the roll. But no, I was gonna go buy a miter saw this weekend. I'm getting ready to. I need to make some shelves and stuff. Because I lost 3 wooden bookshelves in the flood.
Eesh.
And yes, three big ones too. One of them actually had a set of doors on them, which I kept when the kids were little. I had the child locks on there. But once they got old enough, I took them off. The other one had all like my cookbooks. Let's see what else I had. I had like the George Foreman grill, lost that, and a bunch of cooking equipment that's sitting down low that I lost. Meat slicer, bread machine. I lost all that stuff in the flood. It was like I would go buy a roast, smoke it on the pit the whole weekend. Go store on Friday night. Get in, I light up the pit Friday night. Let they have mesquite wood soaked for 2 or 3 days. I light it, put the roast on one side of the pit, and let the smoke drip across and let it just smoke for 2 days. And every so often add some mesquite to it. And I take it inside and I slice it up and probably make 4 or 5 packs of 1 pound of sliced meat for sandwiches and throw it in and vacuum pack it. Made deer jerky using that meat. Give me some backstrap. I can make. That's the one thing I did not lose was my food dehydrator. I still have that. And a buddy of mine hunts up around Chipola. The old dirt bike track that used to be up there. And I'm trying to get some backstrap from him this year, so I can make some deer jerky out of it.
Man, backstrap's hard to come by. It's on deer. If somebody kills a deer, that's the first thing they cut out is the backstrap. And that's the best part of the deer.
Yeah, well, I want to tell him. I've already messaged him. I said, Dave, listen, if you give me 1 pound of backstrap, and for me to have, and give me 2 pounds of yours, I'll turn it to jerky for you. Now wait for it. I just sent him a message. I hadn't seen his reply yet. They just had their 3rd grandkid born, and so they're in Texas right now. So he's visiting his 3rd grandkid right now. So he's gonna be busy over the weekend. I'll probably get a message from him. Actually, he's got to come back because next weekend that's when they go out to the camp to clean up the food plots and get the ryegrass planted for October.
Yeah.
Because they got one guy. He's going out there this weekend to till up all the dirt. Ready put out the ryegrass. Now he also plants honeysuckle. So he's got honeysuckle growing around trees right now. Those should start blooming right about the time bow season starts.
No, I'll be right back. I got to go lean off the dock and give me some lemonade.
Time for the Grumpy Stack commercial.
Oh, wait, commercial? Does anybody want to hear the commercial?
Yeah, we need to do commercial.
Okay, well, I'll do it. And this Lean Off the Dock moment is brought to you by Grumpy Stack Tires. By Stack. Grumpy Stack, that is. Located in Ville Platte, Louisiana. Home of the Million Mile Tire. He'll ship it and you handle it. There we go. Why not?
Hey,
Where the hell is Grumpy Stack? I gotta get his ass in here.
Hey, Phil, I got a question for you.
I think I have an answer.
Have you done videos like touring around New Orleans and stuff?
I had one up, but they took it down.
Okay, well, I saw somebody doing the Battlefield New Orleans. I thought maybe that might have been you. I wasn't too sure.
That was the video they took down. Because this was before YouTube let music in. My friend was playing music. My friend, now my friend, now on my friend's channel, he don't do YouTube anymore, but every single one, he's got like 15 videos up. Every single one of his videos has a copyright claim because he plays music in the background. Well, he was playing music in the background on my video, and that's what got pulled down.
Well, I saw one a couple weeks ago, and it sounded like you talking in the background. But there was no music.
Well, it could be that one. What was the name of the channel?
I don't remember. I just saw it it just popped up when I was doing something on the computer. I just let it go. I never paid attention to it. I kind of glanced over, and it's talking about the Battlefield New Orleans.
Well, it's possible it might be me in the background because I'm in. There's actually, I mean, I grew up in Chalmette, so I mean, I was right there. I was in that battlefield all the time. But see, I never was able to go up the obelisk. It was always locked. But there's these YouTubers that climb up there. One YouTuber broke into the freaking bar guard house on the second floor and started filming it. And I'm like, are you serious? Like Pandemonium. That's one YouTuber. She's everywhere. She went up the damn obelisk thing. There's these YouTubers. They're mostly on Twitch now. When Drew Brees broke his record of 80,000 passing yards, 78,000, they took 78,000 steps, and some of those steps were in the battlefield to walk around. And then the last few steps was at the Superdome, and Drew Brees was like, "Did you really walk 78,000 steps?" It was the two of. They did it as a publicity stunt. They wasn't even Saints fans. They were wearing all Saints gear, and they were like, "Oh, it's Drew Brees." They couldn't tell you anybody else on the team. Like all the other players were coming up, they didn't have no idea because they're Browns fans. They have no idea. But I remember they did that. There's a and that Canadian fellow who I can't stand. He did a video and he pronounces everything wrong. He comes down here and he's from Canada. I'm not gonna say his name. He's a big Canadian YouTuber. He's got a wacky hairdo. You might know who I'm talking about, but he does no research on his videos. He pronounces everything wrong. He makes up facts, and he gets like 15 million views. And he was like, "It's the War of 1815, and I'm in New Orleans." And I'm like, "You're not in New Orleans. You're in Chalmette. It's down the road. It's down the river from New Orleans, but you're not in New Orleans." And he's like, "The Confederates fought here." And I go, "Do you do your research?" Like literally, I'm like, "Do you do your research? This was in 1815. Confederates were in the Civil War, dude." And nobody corrects this guy. He makes up shit on the fly. And
that's probably his gimmick.
I called him out on one of his videos, and he was just like, "Well, you know, I do my research," and I go, "Bullshit! You ain't got a damn fact right in your life." He banned me from commenting, by the way, because I called him out. All of his,
and that wasn't the Civil War. That was the War of 1812. Actually, that's after the Civil War. I mean, not the Civil War, the Revolutionary War. And, you know, that was in the 1700s, 1770s, when we fought for our freedom. I mean, not for our freedom, but for our own country, to make our own country, to get away from the British. and the English, the redcoats. And anyway, they tried. Britain tried to get. This was another war. It was the French Indian War, but it was the War of 1812, and the British actually took Washington D.C. over, burnt the White House down, the Capitol building, not burn it down to the ground because all that was made out of stone and all that crap. There was not a lot of wood in there. The Numis Maniac, what's up? Speaking about the Canadian friends, he's from Canada.
Oh, I didn't mention maple syrup. What the hell is Skipper doing here? No, I think I said Canada. They go, hey? Some Americans talking about Canada again. Let's get in that chat and correct them.
So anyway, yeah. So hey, comment ça va ce soir, Skipper? No, Capitaine.
Feliz Navidad.
I'm about 2 miles from my house. Cut to a little neighborhood that during the flood, this street was 8 feet underwater.
Damn.
When?
In 2016, when the flood happened.
Oh, the big flood of 16, yeah. And y'all didn't get as much rain as we did here. We had 40 and 39 something inches within 24 hours. Within 24 or 12 hours.
We had 15 inches. We had 15 inches of rain in 12 hours here. But what got us?
That's not a lot.
No, what got us?
Yeah, for East Baton Rouge and Denham Springs and all, yeah, that is a lot.
No, what got us was not that rainfall that occurred here, was what occurred up north. It came down the Comeet and Amite River.
Right.
That's what got us.
Over here in town, in our parish, we had 38, 39 inches of rain within 12 hours. I think that was within more 24 instead of 12. A lot of people say 12. But where Ronnie's Bar was, it's still there. They had 4 foot of water on Highway 13. Say coming from Raleigh to Eunice, 4 foot of water on Highway 13. You couldn't make it. Couldn't make it in town. I mean, certain parts of Eunice were inaccessible.
Yeah. So, because it rained on that Thursday night. I was trying to get to a place off of Grumman Springs Road, going to Monticello. Now, at the time, I had a Santa Fe Hyundai, which those SUVs set up pretty high. I couldn't get to this dude off of Grumman Springs Road going to Monticello because that road that cuts through, it was almost 2.5 feet deep. I literally almost had water coming up to the floorboards. I had to pull in somebody's driveway. And I had to wait a good 2 hours for that water to go down so I could get back to my store. And I called the dude up and said, dude, I'm sorry, I can't make it to you. So I'm stuck here on Monticello Boulevard and I can't get to you. Mm-hmm. But what happened to me was I woke up Friday morning. The water backed up once, blew up my septic tank. I called work. I couldn't get out because the water was almost up to the front of my house. It went down. It wasn't until Saturday when all the rain from St. Francisville north, the Mississippi-Louisiana border was coming down the Comeet and Amite River. That's what got us. Because all that rain came, because they got hit with that rain about 2 o'clock that Thursday afternoon. We got it that Thursday night. It was a slow front moving down. We rained off in no time. That rain, so you figure that's 5 hours of rainfall from Louisiana border and Mississippi border to travel 60 miles to Baton Rouge.
Uh-huh.
So that's a lot of rain that fell. And because my brother-in-law, him and his dog were in his boats on Friday pulling people out of Zachary, out of their homes on Friday. And they ain't rescuing them and about 12 of his buddies. They rescued almost 300 people out of Zachary that flooded.
It's not uncommon for Louisiana to flood, though. I mean, it happens, what, at least a dozen times a year? Not bad, but bad enough.
This is the worst. In 77, I was at San Alphonsus, which is over in Central, right across the Colemeet River. We get there, within 30 minutes of getting there, they're sending us back home. They was going to shut down the Drummond Springs River Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Then it flooded in 83. I was a junior in high school. Now, we've seen water come up, get past the sidewalk, stop, and go back down. Well, that Saturday morning, because I went to my mom and dad's on Friday night, that Saturday morning, that water kept coming and coming. It did not stop. And from the sidewalk to the foundation of their house, you draw a straight line, go straight down. That's about a 2-foot drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they left to go to a grocery store on Florida Boulevard. I called them an hour and a half later and said, y'all need to get home because the water is not stopping. It's up past the sidewalk. It's between the house. It's halfway between the house and the sidewalk. At 2:30, we left. Barely got out in their vehicles. Mine did not make it. My dog's car did not make it. We lost those 2 cars. We barely got out. My dad's truck, my mama's Ford Expedition. We barely got out of Park Forest. And that water was right at 2 feet, 10 inches deep.
Well, you've been to my house, Southern.
Yeah.
And if I'm on one of the highest pieces of property, my area, okay? I mean, I'm talking about my house is actually like on an island, okay? I do have a bayou that runs, over here. And you have to cross the bridge to get here. And the bayou runs, right there, almost in my backyard, okay? Now, and the moose, what's up? So when I say I got to go lean on the dock, that means almost literally I got to go, I can go in my backyard. Yeah. And so anyhow, if I get water in my house, because my house is off the ground, it's not on a concrete slab. My house is off the ground. If I get water in my house, the whole town of Eunice is screwed, glued, and tattooed.
I can believe that.
The whole town's underwater. I'm talking about City Hall, which I tell you what, it was, that's not a real high and dry area, but in 2016, man, that was it was coming close for the water to get in at City Hall.
Well,
there's businesses in town in historical part, on 2nd Street. They had sandbags and all that to keep the water from going in their place of business, but they still had water go in, but the sandbags kept a lot of it out, because it was just seeping through the bags.
Well, here at my house, that flood water that morning blew out my septic tank. So, and in East Irish Parish, you no longer have a septic tank. You have to put a MODAT in.
Right.
So I got all of it. So I got money from Knights of Columbus for $4K. Then between the federal government and the state, I got close to 32K. Okay.
32,000.
Yep. So with that money, I spent almost $7,000 of the money just buying wiring because we opened up the walls, had no insulation, cloth Romex was in the walls. Now some of the wiring had been nothing.
Rewire.
So what we did, I ended up buying a new panel and breakers because we have to use breakers in this parish. So I put a 60 amp breaker in the old panel. I think that I had by number 6 wiring, and that alone was almost $800.
Number 6 for what?
Number 6 wiring. I had to buy 100 foot of it.
For what?
To wire up the panel and for wiring up my stove. We brought the house up to code. We had to also run a new wire for the AC unit.
Well, for a stove, you don't need 6 gauge.
Yes,
Okay.
you do.
Not for a stove. Man, 6 gauge is, big around as my pinky. Or finger.
Some stoves you do.
You
That's
use
when you do.
8 gauge or 8 gauge for a stove, 10 gauge for a dryer.
The
'Cause a
dryer,
stove draws more juice than a dryer does. But and then to run your 100 feet. Where was your box at? Your panel box, your breaker box.
well, breaker box on the outside by the living room, and from there to the kitchen is 30 feet to where the stove is. So you figure you got to go up 4 feet up the wall from the breaker box. Okay? So that's 34 feet counting the length. Then you got to go down. That's 8 feet. So all of a sudden you have 42 feet. We wired the panel box, the 2 panel boxes together. So instead of running conduit, we cut through the corner joist and drilled holes through the corner joist and pulled number 6 to that. So by the time you pull the wire out, you gotta have excess wire. That ate up 90 feet.
So
I got
you did that was kind of like a duplex thing. Chris Miller, what's up, Chris? How you doing, morning, mate?
I got 10 feet left in my storage, in my little storage building I bought. That was another $1,000 for that for Rubbermaid. And a little 8 foot by 8 foot storage building I had to put together. So that was $1,000. I had to buy tools, shop back. By the time I finished buying everything, I ended up and putting the down payment on my car. I had literally $3K left in money.
I changed the breaker panel out for a friend of mine's mama's house. I changed that out and pulled all new wire that we could for the lights and coming out of the wall. Okay, we tied in with junction boxes for rooms. Okay, and the wire. This was back during 2016, right? The time of the flood. And the all new 200 amp box came with the breakers and all. That was $300. The wires that were coming in from the meter to the panel box, the breaker box, was all up to code. Okay, gross comme ça là. Okay. What I did, I pulled the seal, I pulled the meter out of the meter tray. I changed the breaker box. I ran all new wires from everywhere in the house, up top, coming down. Got rid of all that crap, and they didn't even spend $900 on all that for the material. It was less than $1,000.
Well, we brought this house up to code by 2011 NEC code.
And that's what I did more or less. I brought the wiring up to code. And then
Okay,
I told my name and all that. I told my buddy's mama, Robert Watford's mama, I said, here, give this piece of paper, call Clico, give this piece of paper to the guy that's going to come out and put you a new seal on and show him the work. She said, okay. So when the guy came, she called Clico, which was an electric, power company.
Yeah.
Gave that paper, and she said that this guy said to come in and look at the work. He says, I don't need to. I know it.
Well, let's see. I am having to buy. Also bought insulation. I did. By the time the state came around, I had everything insulated except for the kitchen, which they finished doing the kitchen. But I went back behind them, did it properly, where the insulation goes down to the power to the boxes for your outlets. You cut the wire and you cut the insulation so it goes around the wire. I went behind what they did, fixed that up in the kitchen. But I did the living room, my bedroom, my computer room. And at the time, my nephew did the bedroom him and his girlfriend were staying in. He did that room. He also tore all the sheetrock off all the exterior walls for me so we could do the installation, so we could run on new wire. So that, because he didn't have a job, she didn't have a job. She was pregnant. They didn't want to lose the baby. So I offered them shelter as what shelter I did have. The shelter in place, they came in, they put in those big, huge wash basins. With her being pregnant, I built a temporary shelf for washing dishes that had it tilted. Even though we had a plastic bag and a towel, it drained over into the sink so water would drain. Then I had this table, a table my mom had made for me. She had made for me that we set all the big pots on. So, and then I had these fold-up tables. Computer was on one. All the dishes and stuff was stacked up on the other one. I mean, we did what we could. Then when the state came, by that time they found an apartment, moved out. The only thing that survived the flood was my refrigerator. But because it sat for 30 days in the pod, it died within a week of me putting it back into the house. So I had to get a whole new refrigerator. That was another $1,000 right there. So I mean, the wire, the insulation. I think what I bought, I probably spent $500. Those are the rolls, it was a bound set, not a roll per bay, but the bound where you get like 11 sticks, and then what we got 5 sticks per bundle, so that's five 16-inch bays. So, and one guy, he had an extra. He sold to me at under his cost. That saved me a little bit of money, but I did the whole living room. I did the first wall. It took me maybe 2 hours. I mean, to run everything. Now the wire. Now I did buy a Craig jig for making pocket holes, because as you know, when you run wiring into a bay, you have to staple it to a wooden backboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought cheap pine wood. You can make bookshelves out of it, to make the shelving. So I made pocket holes, screwed all that to fit into the studs. We made the kitchen into a 30-way switch versus a single switch. So I had about a 4-game box for that. All new junction boxes for the ceiling fans. I got extra wire run up in there in case I want to run a different light kit on there. There's not a ceiling fan in the living room. That's one thing they did not do. They did not put a ceiling fan in the living room. So I'm going to buy one that's remote controls them with the lights. So I can turn the fan on, turn the lights down when I'm watching TV in there. So I
Okay,
can get up and
I'm gonna rewire my house later on. It's up to code, but I don't like it. I don't like the way it's wired. I don't have enough outlets and in certain areas. So
yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and get me a new box, which, man, I wanted to do this a long time ago. I couldn't afford it. And now that I can, in the next 2 years, actually, if the prices would still be the same as back in 16, okay, which that's only 8 years, but the COVID, that made everything jump double, man, or more. That's a lot. Look at this big old muskmelon.
Let's say the
cantaloupe, muskmelon. That's a big cantaloupe.
The Arc breakers, I had to go buy at Home Depot, were $50 a piece.
You would be better off buying a whole new breaker box and the breakers for like $300. $280 this would cost my buddy. I went over there with him, and I'm the one picked out the breaker box. 200 amp service. And I mean, they had like 50 breakers or something that came with it.
I had to get mine from, because nobody had boxes after the flood except for one electrical supply company, and the guy cut me a deal because who I worked for. I walked in with the company shirt on. He knocked $100 off the breaker box. So instead of paying $185, I paid $80. And that's for a 42 circuit breaker, but we only used, I'm trying to think, how many did we use in that box? Because the only thing's in that is just the power for the outlets in the house. All the equipment is still in the original panel.
What's up, Money Maniacs? What's happening, man?
I
got you a link tonight, and I forgot all about it.
I got 6 spaces per side in that new panel, so I got 12 spaces out of 48.
Yeah, I need a. I don't need a new box. I have a new box out there that was put on there, but it's not up to what I want, so I'm gonna duplex it.
Yeah.
Which I can do. I'm allowed to do that because I'm grandfathered in. I'm allowed to duplex it. And I might have a little bit more room in there. I'm not sure. If not, though, I'm gonna duplex it.
Well, the R-Fault breakers take up a full slot now, unlike the original old breaker style. You could piggyback 2 breakers into 1 slot. R-Fault, you cannot do that.
Doing that. I mean, I've done it before. I've ran 2 circuits off of 1 breaker, a heavy breaker. But that's, like just for like lights, and that's it. Lights.
What we end up doing, each bedroom is on its own circuit. Originally, all the lights for the kitchen, the bedrooms, and the hallway was on 1 circuit.
Right.
The outlets were not grounded. A few are grounded, but not all of them. So that when we ripped out everything,
talking about earth ground?
No, the outlets were not grounded. These were metal boxes that were in the wall. This house was built in 58.
Okay, my house was built.
But they
before that, I think.
This house was built before East Baton Rouge Parish took over. All of the parish for electrical.
It had an upgrade later, But when you said some of your outlets are not grounded, that means earth ground. Okay,
right?
You got got line and neutral coming into your outlet. Okay, those are your two that make your circuit float. Okay, line and neutral. Earth ground is your bare wire that goes onto your green nut on your receptacle. That ground nut that's on the extreme top one end part. I don't have a receptacle right here with me.
I know what it is.
Okay, this right here, that's a charger for a phone or whatever. Okay, you got line neutral. Okay, line neutral. There's no ground in here. No ground at all. There's line and neutral. Neutral is not a ground. Your bare wire and 3-wire Romex or any 3-wire configuration. If it's stranded wire in commercial applications running through conduit, then you have your color codes. Okay, black, white, and green. Right?
That's right.
Green is your earth ground. Green is earth, grass, earth ground.
I know.
Okay, so when you say they your boxes wasn't they didn't have no grounds, I'm like, earth ground. But all you do need really is line and neutral.
Well, this is the original box in the house. Had no green screws. They didn't ground the boxes back then. Okay.
Right.
So we took out all those boxes, put in brand new boxes in. Okay. So with that, I bought a contractor supply electrical boxes, and it's like 80 of them in a box, and we probably used 45 in this house. No, yeah, we used 45 in this house.
45 what? Breakers?
No, boxes, just electrical boxes for the outlet.
Oh, yeah.
Because now your microwave has to have its own circuit. Okay?
Microwave?
So your microwave has to have its own circuit, dedicated circuit. That's it. That's the current NEC code going back to 2010. When that was enacted, it was in 2010. So if you're going to buy electrical code, if you're going to buy your house, your microwave has to have its own circuit.
Yeah, most microwaves on GFI anyway, because it's in a kitchen.
Mine's not, because it's more than 6 feet away. But we put one on there anyway. Because between the microwave and the sink is my kitchen stove. And this is a stand-up unit. It's not the drop-in type. This is a stand-up. So I can pull it out, unplug it, and replace it. So that one was originally wired as a 3-wire receptacle. It's now a 4-wire. You have to use 4-wire for your stoves. Unless you have a gas.
Yeah, you have to service return. You got 110, 110. Okay, you got each leg for your 110s to make 220. Then you got your ground, your neutral line. Then you got your service return as your 4 wires for a stove.
Yep. So that, I bought the box. We realized the wire was too big, so I had to go buy an extension ring. So we put all that together. There's barely enough room behind that box to put a sheet of paper.
Damn.
Now, here's what's even funnier.
I gotta get some lemonade.
Okay, I'll wait till you get back.
Keep on talking.
Well, here's the kicker. Whoever built this house, instead of putting 2x4 studs in for the closets, turned the 2x4s, they cut them in half and put the studs sideways. So instead of being an inch and, was it 3/4 wide? Those walls are actually 1.25 inches wide. So the 2 outlets that are in the kitchen are connected by EMC cable.
EMC?
Yeah, EMC, the shielded cable, We got it run.
Yeah, that's clad.
Yeah, so we got 2 boxes connected together like that. Now, in my pantry, the wall was that thin. I actually made a wooden chase so I can mount a full-size receptacle into that outlet. So there's a wooden chase in there, and it's screwed in, and the wire comes through. I had to go into the wall cavity, drill in a 3/4 inch hole to run the Romex through there. Then when we ran the wire in, I put insulation inside that box so we have no air penetration from the outside, because that pantry butts up to the exterior wall by the front door. So there are some things we had to come up with to solve some problems. Now, came for time for the rough-in inspection. I get the phone call from the city. So I left work, get over here, and been 10 minutes, the city inspector come in. He goes, "Oh, a panel." I said, "Yes, sir." So that panel's back here. He looks at it, he goes, "Where's your conduit?" I said, "We didn't use no conduit." So he goes, "Okay, well, open up the panel so I can see how everything's done." Well, he mentioned, okay, you need to tidy up your new panel for a little bit. I said, "That's not a problem, I can do that." So, well, he was inspecting. A few little wires were not done right the way you want them. I tidied it up real fast. He came back and he goes, "You did good. I'll let it go." He goes, "Just so you know, I just failed 2 licensed contractors on their inspection. Y'all did a bang up job." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "I work for an engineering firm." I said, we went by the code book from 2011 and 2012. He goes, "Well, y'all kind of did with the 2012 codes." I said, "I know, but my friend is also my boss. So we want to make sure we have every I and T dot and cross." So he passed it. He was in and out 15 minutes. The other place, he completely fell a brand new panel in one house. In one bedroom in the other house, not a single outlet was grounded, because they did a shelter in place like I did. Not a single outlet in this one bedroom was grounded at all. Come to find out, they ran just 2 wires. No ground wire, just a 2-wire Romex is what they ran. So he had to fill that inspection altogether. And then I found out later who the contractors were, and I'm not going to mention no names, but I know not to call them for anything. In fact, I think they're now out of business. It was one of those fly-by-night people that came in, somebody who probably worked for an electrical contractor at one point, thought he knew residential and did not know it. Because the inspector, he found conduit inside the walls. Not supposed to run conduit inside of a house with Romex in it. And some of them have Romex inside the conduit.
It's not a bad thing to put Romex in conduit. You can't actually do it. It's not required, but it's kind of frowned upon. Okay.
Yeah, but eBay repairs, they don't like it. They would tell you if they see conduit and Romex together. Now, you can run 3 wire normally through there. That's fine. You can do that in the house all day long. But if you put Romex in there, it's an automatic fail on the inspection. Whether it's one room or 2 receptacles, they will fail the whole inspection. And then you have to come back out. You get 2 weeks to fix everything. They come back out to reinspect.
I'm fixing to call this a night, guys and gals.
Yeah, and I need to get inside, and
I'm getting hungry.
Well, like I said, I had my brother-in-law did his first smoked brisket today, and it was good.
First smoked brisket, yeah.
There you go.
Baked beans.
I love a good brisket. I got one in the freezer, a whole one in the freezer. I need to put it on the pit and do that, but that's going to be an all day affair with that. From in the morning until the evening time, because I like a little bark on mine, and I gotta. What I'm gonna do is either I'm gonna put some new metal on my firebox. On my pit, I got a firebox on the side of it. Put some new metal, or I'm gonna just put the wood to one side, away from the pipe, the drain pipe to go up.
Yeah.
And constantly feed some wood in it, because I got some oak. I got a bunch of oak. So,
well, let me go on out of here. It was good. I was able to get on, leaving that house. The talks all the way while driving. So I want to get off, and always, like I always say, check both sides of the coin. You never know what you're going to find. And I'm going to have a new video coming out with some stuff I found, some quarters and some pennies.
There you go. All right, Southern. Appreciate you coming in, buddy.
Yep. Let's see. Hang up. There we go.
All right, Phil got it.
We figured that one out. Thank you for having me up as always. I don't think I'm gonna stream tonight because my stomach's still killing me, so I'll probably do one tomorrow night. But
all right,
go get some dinner. Work. Yeah, go get some dinner, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully.
All right, Mona Meat. Appreciate you coming in. All right, good seeing everybody. And Elvis. Watch that, boy. Watch that now. Watch it out. Watch it now. Billy Sean Ministries, otherwise known as Money Maniacs. What's up? Take it easy. Braxton the Snake Fiend. Quick Wrench. Take it light. Chris Miller. And then the Moose, Numis Maniac, also known as the Skipper. All right. Everybody, it was good seeing y'all again tonight. And I got to get me something to eat. I do, man. I'm not starving to death, but I need something in my stomach, and I got that half of that burrito right there. So, Missy can make a mean one too. All right, y'all know the routine is good being north of the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way. Stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. A Pluta.